Greetings all and every. I am the Ancestors Oracle, Empress V. What is this? Okay, they just have me turn this over. Prayer will help the situation. So, greetings to you all. Thank you for tuning in. The Ancestors Oracle, Empress V. Currently, what I am picking up on is a steadfast energy. This is kind of me going off my previous video. In this video, I'm going to go over coming to the place of peace, coming to the place of peace, coming to the place of tranquility. UNITY is what they just had me think about. Okay, give me a second. Okay. So how would we bring this forward within ourselves? A feeling of peaceful oneness through adversity and turmoil. Your inner guidance is real and trustworthy. That's what they just had me look at. Your inner guidance is real and trustworthy. So that you have been feeling throughout all of these times. They're saying turn off the TV. That you have been feeling throughout all of these times. The feeling of wanting to turn off the TV. The feeling of wanting to stop eating certain things. The feeling of wanting to stop smoking. The feeling of wanting to do this and to do that. What they're saying is this is the last of the last of the last drop. So do that. What's this they want me to turn over? Make a commitment to do that. Make a commitment to do that. Make a commitment to yourself and follow that is within you so that you can bring those things forward. They keep bringing me to this. Your inner guidance is real and trustworthy. Okay, I'm going to take those cards out. So, it's about honoring that and making the commitment. It's about honoring that and making the commitment. Okay, so they're bringing me to this deck. Okay, so what are some characteristics, personality traits, or other, if you wish, that needs to be focused on? Releasing the fear, releasing the fear, releasing the fear. Making the decision, making the commitments. Making the commitment, making the decision. So you see, they're coming through for you. They're speaking to you and letting you know what it is that you need to do. How to reach that place within you through turmoil. How to access the guidance. How to access the peace and the love that they ever so want you to access. Holding on to the humor throughout it all. If you watched the previous video, you know that this is in direct correlation with that. Having the humor, holding on to that place within you and saying, hey, you know what? It is what it is, but I'm going to be all right. I'm going to be all right. Releasing the fear of death. I'm seeing some of you are scared to die, which is understandable. You may not know what's on the other side, and it's scary. However, what they're saying is that there's nothing to fear but fear itself. And fear itself, they're bringing me to the acronym of fear. False evidence appearing real. Fear itself is false evidence appearing real. So don't make something real in your mind that you haven't not proven. The reason for people not knowing what it is on the other side is because if they did, they would not want to stay here. That's what they just said to me. If you knew what was on the other side, you would not want to stay here. Okay. So they're bringing me to these cards now. So, which one? Okay, no. what are the ways of being in the situation focus on. The ways of being in the situations for them to focus on. The ways of being in situations for them to focus on. Sweet paradox of empowering grace. Being able to access that is within you. They got me repeating myself because this is important. And the balancing of the earth. Can you see that? If for those of you who know what the symbol means, you know that. Can you see that clearly? This is a balancing. This is a balancing. It's a circle with a plus sign in the middle of it, which is what most of us will call a target. But if you know the metaphysical, spiritual meaning of a target, it's kind of like a balancing, a calling in. As I mentioned in the previous video, we're going through this portal now. And it is now the only thing for you to do at this point within time is introspection, is to look within if you have not already, so that you can have the answers. The introspection, the calling down, being able to raise above all of the adversity. Okay. All right. Do we have anything else? Ancestors. Okay, they got me looking at these. I wasn't planning on these, but they want me to see what these have to say. So what do they have to say? The flying machine. They just have me look at that. The flying machine. Coming into the balance, just as I said, the duality, flying above, being above and being able to look below, having those wings, flying above, bringing in, knowing how to look down and seeing the full picture. It's about seeing the full picture and being able to still have love within you when you see what it is. When you see and you know the grief, the pain, the hurt, the deaths and death. We are experiencing both deaths of people, situations, things, beings, all the above, and death itself. We are experiencing both. So it is about having the introspection, going within and looking at the full picture. And you cannot look at the full picture looking at the television. That's what they just said. They have me get passionate sometimes. Being able to access the love so that we can have the completion. The outcome is reliant upon you and your vision and that is within you, and being able to connect the dots when you compile your inner information with the full picture. That's what they just said. Okay, so that was a real message for somebody. I hope that you received it. Let this video find who it needs to find for them to receive the message that they need to receive. It's about gratitude, happiness, peace, and throughout it all, being able to experience that and holding on to that joy, bliss, to have the anointing, to be able to have the anointing. The anointing comes when you seek. But to be able to have the anointing, you have to first seek. And in order to seek, you have to turn off the TV. They keep saying, turn off the TV. Somebody's turn off the TV. The information that is out there is collateral damage. I don't know if that makes sense. That's what they just said. The information that is out there is collateral damage. Okay, so that was for somebody, you know what I mean right now. The information that is out there is corrupt. It's corrupt. All right, so that's it for this one, I think. That's it for this one. I'm just gonna pull one more from here. Okay, let's do this again, please. Let me just see what they have for this one. So personal transformation, and then the above. So they're repeating themselves. They're repeating themselves. Excuse my baby snoring. They're repeating themselves, being able to see the full picture. Being able to see the full picture from within. He's not even looking over there, but he can see the full picture because he's pointing to it. He can see the full picture because he has had the introspection. He's made the commitment, released the indecision, and made the commitment to trust his inner guidance and release those bad behaviors, tactics, ways of being, purchases, and things of that nature, and is holding on to the humor of the situation and saying, hey, these mofos. Release the fear. Come to that place where you're able to create that target within you to bring the above, the below, and the whole together. Raise above to see the big picture. And all of the answers will be there. The answers are there now. You've been looking in the wrong place. Peace and wisdom.